You ready?
Yes, sir. Heads up, eyes open, the fist clench. Y'all know what this is, how we do this, y'all. Let's get locked and loaded for another episode of Freedom on Radio here, Intellectual Radio, in the spirit of making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. April 2nd, 2025. April 2nd, 2025. Take a pause for the calls and let them know where we at and what time it is. And you know what I'm saying? I know we've been moving and grooving. Giving brief updates what's happening in Africa and other places, you know what I'm saying? But we back on location. Mark this number down because we're gonna definitely need y'all with them call-ins and that energy at 708-223-8953. Again, that's 708-223-8953. If you have an issue with crossing state lines, you might want to hold up on this move because we moving throughout the world in the spirit of intercommunalism, y'all. We touch it down to, we might get an update from Africa, Jamaica, you know what I'm saying, the Cook County Jail, Angola, you name it, you know what I'm saying? Because the deal is can't afford to get caught in no colonial borders, you know what I'm saying? Spirit of liberation, the words of Marcus Garvey, one struggle, one people. So again, y'all saying those who, I know y'all, we've been missing y'all. Hope the sentiments are reciprocal. So take again for the pause for the calls. Get ready, you know what I'm saying? The number, locking in again, 708-223-8953. I'm gonna coffee here. I want to get a couple of PSAs, a couple of people service announcements out the way. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna get right into it. We got a lot to address, y'all. We put in your calendar. April 4th is coming up. April 4th. My math ain't the best. I don't know what I'll be kind of hesitant when using that term anniversary, but marking the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King, assassinated April 4th, 1968. And also 2 days after that, under the same program, that same institution, program to an infamous COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program, the assassination of little Bobby Hutton, just 17 years old, treasurer for the Oakland chapter of the Black Panther Party, was assassinated April 6, 1968. We're going to be implementing the garden. Going to be breaking ground on the Hampton House Community Garden. That's going to be, I need somebody to hear me with the address. I'm going to say 1100 something. It's right there in Maywood. We moved the garden over there. The flyer, the address should be on the flyer today. We're going to talk about the re-breaking ground for the Hampton House Garden. What's happened? I heard different references. What's happening? They even went so far as to call it the black summer of black kids, summer of violence, some term I heard used with the media. But this recent situation down in Streeterville, downtown Chicago, a lot of the youth down there, and we're going to touch on that, your thoughts on it, and why just maybe seeing like a rhetorical question, when it's a problem, you know what I'm saying, when some of these contradictions occur downtown, and the media's response, so on and so forth, and even at the ruling class's own mouth, they'll see stuff like how it impacts tourism, so on and so forth. And I want to make sure I got a direct message to these youth in particular. I got this call. I need y'all to pay close attention. Got a couple of opportunities I'm gonna push out to y'all, and I don't go deeper than just how the usual suspects, saying how they address the so-called the crime in our community. I don't even want to say Band-Aid approach, because I don't even give you that luxury no more. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna go deeper than the top layer. The martial arts. We're gonna be the chairman Fred free. Let me re-implement that again. The free martial arts program. I need y'all on now. You know what I'm saying? What's happening with that? Got a sister in the house with her, as well as her fiance. We're gonna talk about some interesting. I was just coming. I was in Africa. I just seen a piece also on social media talking the dynamics of hair braiding. We say everything is political, but like we just think, well, it's just fashion, hair. You know what I'm saying? And I just seen a piece which I've been holding up on comment about Burkina Faso. But I won't do a whole piece on that, but one of the latest dynamics that's been implemented, I heard under the tenure of Captain Ibrahim Burkina Faso about this the wigs, you know what I'm saying? You hear that term, the displacement, you know what I'm saying, eradicating the court system where the judges had the French or the colonial wigs. Like, you know, sometimes you may see these different images on TV. Why these cats, you know, got these, you know, blonde or these white wigs on, you know, and how even some things like you'll see it and we just after a while you take it as normal, you know. And the significance of that, why call for the eradication of that, you know, how does that tie into the struggle? How do we view ourselves, and what other dynamics have in Burkina Faso? I won't do a whole episode in regards to that, but I just got some other dynamics about in regards to even how they addressing the uniform change with the youth or the children inside the schools. So your thoughts on that? um Sister activist Jasmine Smith, who had a phenomenal event. Was it as soon as I got back in from Africa? Was that, yeah? And I'm kind of displaced because soon as I got back in, I was still riding on Cloud Million. I was half the people, and then we went to a piece about this towing, the city towing, Chicago city towing. When I say the biggest car thieves in Chicago, I ain't talking about these young carjackers. You know, I'm talking about this whole scam, the scheme, the whole how it goes down, and we'll do a whole documentary about that. And so as soon as I get back, I'm in the studio with these young brothers and sisters. I'm feeling good. I come out, car ripped off. You know what I'm saying? I got tickets back to back. But I'm talking about even the politics of that. You know, that history of that. You know, I say just the process you go through, the meaning. You know, I can imagine how many cars still land. You know what I'm saying? They done ran through Lower Wacker Drive and other places that they get money off us. We'll talk about that also. But I'll mention actor Jasmine Smith. She the event that was just held about prisoners who were convicted, tortured, and it was in some sense of the word. I touched the event. It was like a reunion. I seen Amara Clemens and so many others. I'm gonna tell you somebody who I'm looking for, who I haven't seen. Um, who I'm putting the APB out, all people's bulletin out for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting this out for you. Jackie Wilson. You know what I'm saying? So sweet. Jackie Wilson. This was the brother of the Andrew Wilson, who was tortured. By Chicago police, thrown out the window. Jane Byrne, former Chicago, they put a $10,000 bounty on their head. They was one of the initial ones tortured by infamous former lieutenant Chicago Police Area 2 and Area 3 violent crimes, John Burge. And Jackie Wilson was held captive. I know this brother. I ain't seen him since he get out. I want to give you a little breathing space, let you touch down. You know, I'm going for a while, so, but now I'm putting all people's bulletin out for you, man. I gotta see you, brother. Gotta see you. He did a lot of the artwork for us. We was held captives, you know, for to get our paper out. We had the communique newspaper that we put together inside the prisons. So we talk about that, and let me get these PSAs out. This nephew, I see you in the building. Free them all. Love, respect, right on. Good evening, right back at you, right back at you, right on. Free them all, and free them all, and Melissa, I gotta catch up with you. Yes, indeed. Long live the legacy of Chairman Cha Jimenez. Just told him earlier, we did a tour at the Hampton House, and we just talking about the Rainbow Coalition. Anthony Carter back here. Stephen Lynn, keep us updated what's happening down there in Louisiana. We getting that way down there that way soon. We keep you posted, no doubt. Keep us posted what's happening down there. With Chairman Fred is buried in Haynesville, Louisiana. We go down there every Father's Day. We will be down there soon. Shout out to Bilal Sunni Ali, formerly of the Republic of New Africa, as well as was a member of the Black Panther Party. They just had his memorial service in him, you know, so though he passed 2 months back, I think. And this was I came, and that I'm gonna say this. I was in Africa and they had some phenomenal meetings set up for me. And I take my word seriously. I said, I got to get back because I committed to get to the memorial for our brother Bilal Sunni Ali. Had that not been the case, man, I've probably been still a little closer to the equator over there to this date. But this is a tribute for Bilal Sunni Ali. The send-off was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. So, yes, indeed, Melissa, I know you moving and grooving. They got you nonstop. Matter of fact, Carlson and also Connor, who's over there in PR, she gonna make sure she took phone tag with you also. She trying to hit you up while she's over there. Um, Fifi, man, Felicia Williams, free them all. Keep me updated. I got word. Somebody in your family, was it your nephew, your son? I heard someone's going through some health issues. You know what I'm saying? Keep us updated on that. Condolences to the sister. Just went to her birthday other day. Young son's sister. Her son was murdered in his carjacking. And I'm gonna tie that in with this discussion. I don't have a lot of youngsters in particular. Definitely. Carl Smith, free of my brother Chim. Love and salute, Comrade Noble. Love and respect to you, man. Right black at you, my brother. Yes, indeed. I want y'all. They got some situation with these summer jobs, y'all. And that was something we used to hear about when I was a youngster. Then you can hear about them for a while. And I know the resources coming. It can't equate to some of the resources you can get of the carjacking and the hustling, so on and so forth. But let me say this. Oh wow. Okay, man. Okay, yeah. Okay, gang, son, man, yeah. Keep that on our heart and our prayers, no doubt about it. We mean this sister and the gang, we go way back. Like, man, real talk. That was okay. How old is it? He got to be what? Gang, so how old is he? I'm not saying I got little bits and pieces. Keep us updated on his well being. It was a status on him also. 16 to 20, I think 16 to 21. There's some opportunities for these summer job programs. Go. Oh, he's 36. Don't say that. If I feel that's dating us, showing how old we is. Then if he's 36, tell him slow down. Put the calendar back for a minute. If he's 36, I know you before he was born, so it's okay. That's putting us. That's dating us now. Slow down. Tell him I say slow down. Yeah, he can't be. Tell him I say, man, keep it together. He can't be having no serious health issues now. Man, if he's 36, I don't even want to talk about being your age. Then, Cassandra Grill, go to type on Facebook, go to our inbox. Hit our to the opportunity with these summer jobs. Cassandra Greer, hit it the inbox. I think the deadline is maybe Friday. Matter of fact, take a pause for the calls and go and hit it now. Tell them youth to get the contact number. Whatever you got to go online to get, with them summer jobs. You know what I'm saying? And hit in there. Get them on the ASAP. And I'm talking the youngsters. You dig again? It's I know this carjacking all, and I don't want to sound like this abstract paranoia thing, but everything this is all by design. The Grand Theft Auto gangs, all this is set up for the wet up, little brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, it's a setup for the wet up. Man, you see right now on the YouTube, how they, the different cats be getting indicted on different cases, so on and so forth. I just can't stress this enough, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can go back, pull up how many times we've been saying this, generate. It seems like more than one generation, definitely more than one generation. Ain't no war on drugs, there's no war on guns, there's no war on gangs, it's war on us, y'all. And again, we're gonna talk that I'm gonna go down and do a live commercial down there in Streeterville. I'm going to the location where the 15-year-old was shot. I try to speak the language because I know it's a way we speak to each other can relate. And I try to keep my ear to the ground, you know what I'm saying? And even the term generation, it kind of varies, you know what I'm saying? Because technically speaking, every 21 years is a generation. But when you colonize, you know what I'm saying? That impacts even what you consider old, you know what I'm saying? Or even the term generation. Brother was talking about how he was in jail, he was in prison, and he 32, and cats call him OG. He said he could understand it. You know what I'm saying? You look at certain periods in the 1980s in Liberia, you say, man, these 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, they run around, they got the guns, so on and so forth, child soldiers. And even on a progressive side, people talk about the Black Panther Party. They say, how was these cats 14 and 20, 15, 16? How was Bobby Hutton? Bobby Hutton was just turned 17 when he was assassinated. He was a treasure of the Black Panther Party. Chairman Fred just turned 21 when he was assassinated. You know what I'm saying? Man, Deborah Johnson, when she just turned 19, you know what I'm saying, 8-9 months pregnant when they come in December the 4th. You know what I'm saying? Stan McKinney, youngsters and people but you have to put stuff in context of conditions and, you know what I'm saying, conditions and also resistance. You have to draft. You had the draft. I'm talking about it was like a common discussion. What the U.S. made it very clear. It was a common statement: go to jail, go to war, or go to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's, you go back and look at the stands that Muhammad Ali and others had took. You know what I'm saying? It was a different climate, a different climate. We have to put stuff in context. You hear about saying these youngsters into what's happening, the conditions, what's happening. You have different period. You have reactionary times now, as opposed to revolutionary times. We look forward to revolutionary times, and we can look at such examples. Which again, they talking about even right now. I think I can correlate it to when Malcolm X, El Hashim Malik El Shabazz was in Africa, and he was talking about that climate. You know what I'm saying? The places in Africa, the type of discussions that was happening. In fact, when he came back to the OAAU, the Organization for Afro American Unity, that was like in response and reflecting the organization of African unity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had it wasn't an isolated situation. So you say revolutionary periods is not just isolated. It was athletes, the entertainers, James Brown, Black and I'm Proud, Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Saying I'm not finna go cross seas fight kill no yellow man for the white man. You know what I'm saying? Who ain't never called me nigga. It wasn't. It was a dynamic where the discussion impacted our relationships, our poetry, our music, everything. In fact, Chairman Fred, one of his saying was the best dressed brother was wearing a leather jacket in the 45. It was a climb with the devil disciples here. We had the black disciples. He worked in the free breakfast program. The vice was the free medical center. You did. It wasn't no, that's that black stuff. That's that political stuff. Our hairstyles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was all, it was infused. You know what I'm saying? You go back and look at, James Brown in one period when he had the conch. You know what I'm saying? They don't with the Afro. It was, it was a different sort of fashion, different sort of discussion. You know what I'm saying? Love you right black, real talk. Woo! You say, hey, Melissa, you say they stole your car and kept the license for 15 years. Listen, take your license. We gonna do. I'm doing a documentary about this car theft, this racket. It's been historic. And listen, don't be surprised if they already knew who you was. Because transportation and warfare and how you keep a people colonized and oppressed, the trickle down impact, take your car, impact, you can go to your job, you know what I'm saying? All it impact every aspect of your life. And a lot of people say, oh, they're just a car. But the trickle down impact, in fact, Bury My Heart, The Wounded Knee, a book by D. Barnes about the indigenous people, the native people. They would tell you how they would, with the native, what they call Indians, how they would go take their horses from them and say, okay, you can hold your horse for this certain amount of time. If you did this so-called case. Transportation. In fact, when they'll tell you, like a tactic of warfare, dismantle communication, dismantle transportation. You know what I'm saying? You look, that's why you go in the community, like in Inglewood and North Lawndale, you know what I'm saying? Go back in the heart of our communities. That's why the bus routes, it'll be certain, like on Ashland. I'm like, why more buses going downtown on a consistent basis as opposed to buses, you know what I'm saying? The availability for buses to come inside to the community. You know what I'm saying? And you look, and then I remember situations where they had them buses running express. You see, I remember seeing scenes of older sisters out there, they shopping carts, and they can't go from the bus, the express, to go from 51st to 59th nonstop. So now she can't, she's on 57. She can't carry her shopping cart of clothes all the way up there. You know what I'm saying? These are different dynamics of being colonized. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, that time we look at this content, this one just saying, okay, somebody this abstract elementary assessment. Oh, the white man doing this is onto the dynamics of impact of transportation, your view of how you look at things, how you view yourself. And you had a revolutionary climate in the 60s again, when you was able to correlate what's happening in Africa to what's happening inside the US and abroad, not this abstract, disconnected, this abstract in Africa. In fact, one of the scenes in the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, Chairman Fred Carter said, "What you think the motherland may look like?" It was a concrete correlation. You had people like Malcolm X, El Shabazz coming back and talking. That camera wasn't just for no fashion, no statement, no fashion statement. That was a political statement. He was taking pictures and drawing that correlation. I'm gonna talk about the discussions I had at the slave dungeons. You know what I'm saying? Fort Williamson. We had some real intense, some concrete discussion. I also want to shout out Ernest Krim. You know what I'm saying? This brother, he had a book signing, a book last week. In fact, that's why I met this sister who we're gonna bring on our guest. I'm talking about the dynamics of hair braid and so on and so forth. But the history of this brother, he's a social media phenomenon amongst others. He wears a number of different hats. Mike Africa Jr. had I was on a panel with him in Philadelphia, and he connected us. So wait a minute, we end up talking. Tell you how small the world is. This brother, his mother was my 5th grade elementary school teacher. That's how small the world is. And I recall, and I was watching some thing on social media. They were talking about like your different teachers that impact you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, even Malcolm talked about in the 6th grade how he was talking about being a lawyer, and he remember this white teacher like laughing, like you can't do that. And it's strategic, like even like with the breaking process and who you meet at what period in your life. That's why the school system is correlated. You look at the time periods inside the prison system, and a lot of times most of the time we get the white teachers. A lot of us just believe that, well, that's the only ones that care about us, so on and so forth. But there are policies set up by the system that they say, okay, they would get a white lady teacher, they'll forgive their student loans. They do a certain amount of time in the urban community, so on and so forth. And what we have is a reactionary assessment. And your pores are open at certain periods in your life. And so you're fortunate to catch certain people. I was fortunate enough to catch Miss Krim at a certain period, for her to catch me at a certain period of my lifetime. And then to run back into this brother, it was a phenomenal move. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm gonna reiterate them PSAs. Martial arts class. I need y'all to look at their flyers. A number on there. We fortunate to have one of the advisors from the advisor committee, Stan McKinney. Excuse me, he wears a number of different hats. Also, Sensei Stan McKinney is also a member of the Black Panther Party. They had they do the martial arts even back then. But man, I need y'all to follow up. We got this class. It's gonna be right around the corner from Ground Zero, right around the corner from where Chairman Fred and Defense Lamar Clark were assassinated at. The martial arts, I think it's on Tuesday, but Stan's contact is on there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have Stan call in. I need them youth. We need them youth up in there. You know what I'm saying? I want to get this van together, so I'm start doing like a drop squad. You know what I'm saying? Like pull up on these youngsters. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be back and forth with their parents. You know what I'm saying? Down to Money Frazier, who get the farm, the 45 minutes. We laugh about him because he wasn't no farmer. He farm, he do everything. He come from the city. He come from a legacy of Miller Frazier. You talking about trial and error. Chickens, go on his page. I don't care what it is. Deers, he trying it. Ducks, he doing everything you can think about. You know what I'm saying? I want to took them youth down there before. So we're still working on getting our transportation together. And it'd be like a Jenny Craig commercial before and after we get through them youngsters. You know what I'm saying? So the process, we still not through with them. The martial arts, we gotta grab these youngsters, y'all. You know what I'm saying? In particular. You know what I'm saying? Grab our people, but them youngsters in particular. And then also Cassandra Greer, go to her page, hit her ASAP. You know what I'm saying? I need that on the hit for that summer jobs, that program. And I'll give April 4th is someone Reverend Paul Jakes. It's an event at 10 o'clock in the morning. So March, you got for Dr. King. That's at 10 a.m. April 4th. I think that's Friday. That's Dr. King, the day of Dr. King's assassination. Then at 12 o'clock, we're going to be at the Hampton House Garden. I don't know the address. It should be on that flyer. If need be, you can meet us at 11:45 at the Hampton House, and we go right around the corner to the Hampton House Garden. We're going to be breaking ground, setting up shop over there, so moving with that. So we need y'all support, need y'all there for that. So that's our PSAs. Repost them, put it up. Stan McKinney for the martial arts, ASAP. The children over there that's the summer jobs program. Cassandra Greer, get that inbox, get them youngsters over there. You know what I'm saying? Hit up. She gonna avoid a lot of that bureaucratic red tape. Believe me, I got a psychological block on that bureaucratic red tape too. You know, they want to ask you, like, they want to grade you, ask you all type of questions. Sister's gonna cut you through all that red tape, gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? We just said a culture for certain things, these youngsters, you know what I'm saying, in particular, because you can offer different jobs, or eating right, but if it's not conducive with the culture we're dealing with, that's why the command again was having Africa's revolutionary culture that's sweeping out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's not detached from the people. You mentioned Captain Ibrahim, man, you can see the pride in people. They not even in Burkina Faso. They say a quote. They say call them all the parts of Africa. Hey man, let us get in for a month, and it's contagious. You know what I'm saying? They say in Burkina Faso, Saudi Arabia had offered 200 mosques free. They're gonna build a mosque over there free. See, Captain Ibrahim said, no, we good on that. You know what I'm saying, man? And no slight on people's respect to religion, man. I think, yeah, he himself, I think that's his religion, Islam. However, he said, no, we got to get these schools, these hospitals over here, you know what I'm saying? And the ante is being up, you know what I'm saying? Because the conditions, because in fact, Burkina Faso used to be known as Upper Volta, I know I'm saying it incorrect. And it was like the bottom of the barrel. That's what they meant. Like we can just go grab like scraps. You want some people to go do some work for your country, go grab them. You want somebody to go fight for you, they like mercenaries. Go just grab them. This man, Burkina Faso, man, I mean, land of upright people. And you know what I'm saying? And he was do some. They're taking not to go on a real big, deep metaphysical trip. He born the same year that Thomas Sankara was assassinated. You know what I'm saying? Go check who that is. You know what I'm saying? Man, he was shaking Burkina Faso before, and it was you look at the climate of Thomas Sankara, it was out in Grenada, you know what I'm saying, at the time, you know, Maurice Bishops and the likes all over the world, in particular was getting down, and you look at what happened. And in fact, they say he just said recently, Captain Ibrahim, everybody tell him be cool because they're gonna do you like they did Patrice Lumumba, so on and so forth. Hey, you on a mission, believe me, it's a whole different feeling. It's a whole different feeling, and to have something to be able to give your life for. I'm gonna quote myself. I'm gonna quote Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. One of the leaderships of the street organizations told me in Chicago. He said, "Man, you crazy talking about dying for the people." I said, "Yeah, cats down for cars, drugs, and drugs trips. You said something wrong with me?" I said, "You know what I'm saying?" So be at a time where he just to have to be able to serve the people. It's a phenomenal feeling, y'all. We live and direct, y'all. Y'all come on, call in, or as we say, cub being with us at 708-223-8953. Your thoughts on some of these discussions we talking about, but again, take them people service announcements seriously. I said a lot of people tapping in with us, y'all. I'm good. I need y'all energy, need y'all input. Also, y'all make sure y'all, we're going to sit, the tours are back happening at the Hampton House. Before I left Africa, I was drained. I was demoralized. I said, man, shit, the house was in shambles. We were working on getting the stuff put together to work. But I went through some serious battle fatigue. I got it on my phone. I videoed it. Man, it was so messed up. I thought about that scene in Judas and Black Messiah when Chairman seen the headquarters burned down. He was like, ugh. And I was like, I was on that plane going to Africa. I was drained. And when I got there, I landed. My comrade Kanu's with the indigenous community. She said, you see the tour that Comrade Cool just did." First, I was like, "Man, we done suspended all tours, all programs." I was like, "Man," and I seen it. I said, "Damn!" And it tripped me out. It's like the movie scene. And I seen a tour that they did. And it gave me a spark of life. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, you go through battle fatigue, and it's real. You know what I'm saying? But you get those sparks. You know what I'm saying? Get those sparks. My sister don't invite you on over here. Your fiance will invite y'all over here with us. And y'all, we gonna talk about this whole thing, a number of things. So y'all know how we do. We riding. And if you ain't get your license, you can ride with us. And if you feel like you want to ask a question about what I mentioned about the people service enough, don't hesitate, call in because I can multitask. But I mentioned something earlier. I mentioned and I'll be saying, what that got to do with anything? I mentioned about the suspending or eradicating. I'm gonna say eradicating. And Burkina Faso, the wigs in the court. Like sometimes you see certain images, you be like, man, like, why is that? But there's certain everything is political. You know what I'm saying? The position that a judge sits on in the courtroom, the fashion, everything. And you see you look in these courtrooms, you know what I'm saying? A lot of places, definitely, you know what I'm saying, throughout Europe, you know what I'm saying, England, you'll see the blonde wigs, but then it's kind of the contradiction is heightened in places like Africa. You'll say, why are these people got these wigs on? And and so what's the significance? What's the significance of the calling for eradication of these wigs in the court system in Burkina Faso? That was a time period, like even maybe late 70s and 80s, where you're seeing people identify with our hair, our hair, and then Kind of like what Malcolm X said about the March on Washington. Um, where the masses say we're gonna organize and shut this down, and the ruling class say shut it down. So they can't stop it. So okay, how can I co-opt it, water it down, change it, make it something to be? And you see even with the hair braiding and so, you know what I'm saying, different than that. Then all of a sudden the Bo Derricks and the like, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, and people you question it. Well, don't trip, it don't make a difference where it come from, you know what I'm saying. And anything that we this in our times, it be natural in us, and we don't know the significance of it. Like I see, even some like brothers and sisters in the community, they be out there on the street corner, they bottles of wine. I don't know if they do it now. They done mess the society up so bad. But it used to be a big thing. Cats on the corner, they will pour before they drink. You pour a little libations. You know what I'm saying? For those in the movie Coolie High. Coolie High at the graves. And matter of fact, those who ain't seen that classic. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you're from Chicago, particularly until you ain't seen Coolie High. But Glenn Turner, who's playing Preach, you know what I'm saying? We pulled the lick out at the graveyard. That the libations, you know what I'm saying? Our people, and it's old saying that I may not have been born in Africa, but Africa is born in me. I may not have been born in Africa, but Africa is born in me. It's I was tripping like this Africa, certain things like I caught myself staring at people sometimes. You're like, damn, I can see such and such in there. And it's certain. Let me say one more thing. This kind of off the kind of I want to say one thing too about like how colonialism, how you can how it impacts us, you know. As of recent, you see this intense thing about like I tell people like how they get another historian just tapped in with us, Dr. Khalid El Hakim, and peace right back at you, my brother. This brother, love and respect. This he except me, myself, Professor Griff, so many up on speaking tours. We got Professor August 30th. I need you up here to help me get the word out and I miss you, brother. Yeah, in Detroit. I might be stopping that way soon. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to catch. They get me going a few Minneapolis, a few places. Shout out to you, my brother, Dr. Khalid El Hakim. I'm coming out of the store in Ghana, Timor, something in Africa, and there's and when the sister get out the car, she got out the car and she hunched over and did and the baby on her back and hold the baby, and when she and the brother, I didn't even see her husband, I didn't even see him come out the car. When he come out the car, I'm telling you, he come out the car and she hunched over the baby on holding on to her, and she threw like he threw the wrap, what they threw the wrap around her, and he threw the wrap around her, and he do it, and he hit it like the rap and like a orchestra leader, so like a band orchestra leader, and it floated around. I'm not jabbing y'all. It went around her, and it was in sync, and it hit her. And when it fell down without her looking, she grabbed the other side. She tied it. The baby in, like I mean, they was working in sync, and I was staring at it. And I say, you know, they have our community so much like off balance. I say, like you'll hear people say stuff. Well, my mama is my mother and my daddy. That's how they have us, you know. And the balance of our community, you know what I'm saying, of our families, our community, our people. How you know what I'm saying? And we like Sheikh Anta Diop talks about how we come from a society of people that can work in harmony with each other. We have contradictions. I tell you, don't get it twisted. You know, people say, "Well, I heard there was slavery in Africa." I said, "Yeah, but don't never get it confused with this dynamic." Colonialism, hey, so you be battling for rights. Like hey, we yield. Colonialism got this game. Hey, they get a whole new thing with this here. Hey, they got some stuff. Hey, they get through with slave. Hey, all gut you. The word chattel means property. I was struggling with a brother at the slave dungeon in Africa. He kept saying slave council. I said, no, slave dungeon. And he was talking about how he had a slave in Africa growing up. And I asked him, I said, the slave at your house, would his child necessarily be a slave? He said, huh? No. He said, why'd you say? I said, was he able to get married? He said, yeah. I said, I'm trying to explain to you. I said, do goats get married? He said, no. I said, I'm trying to explain to you about chattel slavery. You know what I'm saying? Just the dynamics of the gut. I mean, gut you. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole. And I tell we came in. One of our disadvantages is we cannot even fathom what this system do to us. We do all the studies we want to. We cannot fathom. In Pontiac Prison in 1995, 94, Pontiac Prison, they had a meeting where all the wardens came together, and they came together to break down all the prison cells to be shorter than the average man. So you know study the height of that to be shorter than the average man, and simultaneously they was doing you would go on visits with this black net, like you go buy a bag of oranges, the black net mask with a rubber grill over the mouthpiece. They said to stop you from spitting on guards, so on and so forth. And you'll be behind a glass thick on visit, a big thick glass on visitation. They thinking long range, so now a child sees this. You know what I'm saying? You on a visit. You've been in the cell so long. Now you hunchback. You hunched over. You know what I'm saying? We can't even. This is how long range this system thinks. You know what I'm saying? We can't even fathom it. They got us beat on that. You know what I'm saying? But we got to struggle. We got to struggle. We got to do some cold things. Start becoming the cold people. Back to this hair subject. We know. I'm sure even this present day generation still, we still victims subjected to it, and so like many people subscribe to it. Bad hair, so the nappy head. You know what I'm saying? And you look and you like I said about this. Why is it significant that they call for the eradication of these wigs? You know what I'm saying? Why would they even the judges? Why would they have these these wigs that you can clearly see that don't come out at the heads of African people? I met this sister. We was at again the book signing for Brother Ernest Krim, and her thing is hair braiding.
Mm-hmm.
And you do with youth in particular, y'all. So explain us. First of all, welcome to our Freedom On Radio. I'm glad y'all came out, brother. What's your name?
Marcel.
Marcel. This is a fiance. Pleasure to meet you, brother. Pleasure to see you again. So, give us why was this initiated? What's the significance of about hair? What do you have going on? And the age ranges is give us the insight about the significance of this hair and what are you doing with it? Or what are we doing with it?
Thank you very much, Chairman, for inviting me. I am Geraldine Item, and they call me Miss Jerry. And hair is my passion, and so are youth. Um, so my business is the first school of hair braiding, locks, and Afro art. We have different components to it. We have the club itself. We have the Afro art part. We also interact with locks as well as hair braiding. And this is something that's a passion for me because I've been doing hair since I was 8 years old, and I'm in my 60s now. Uh, and I'm a school teacher. I teach kindergarten through 12th grade, and that's all subjects. So I was thinking, okay, how can I get back to what I enjoy doing and what I've done for so many years and sometimes for free? That's how you know what your passion is because it's something that you probably done for free. For those who might be
That's a
seeking,
telltale sign to find out
yes,
what you okay.
yes.
Okay.
If you've done it for
You done for
free,
free, yeah.
that's probably your passion.
Yeah.
And you love doing it and it makes you happy. So I'm also a minister on the spiritual side. Me and Brother Marcel, we're both ministers, spiritual ministers. Nothing against religion. Um, I was a chaplain a couple of years ago, and man, what haven't I done? But I've stuck to hair the longest. So rather than take that to the grave, I decided I'm going to pass this down. Since I love youth and I love hair, what can I do? So I came up with stick to what you do best. And I'm a Jill of a lot of trade, but I need to master something. So that's what I want to do. I want to pass this down to the youth. Um, the ages are from 8 to 18 with adults in mind also, not excluding the adults, but in the summer, we're going to have the youth to join us so that they can learn the techniques, the tips, the techniques, and the styling and what to do and how to do customer service and how to greet your customers. All those things are important. The theory, the aesthetics, the disinfection. Some people drop combs and pick it up and put it right back in their hair. That's a no-no because a lot of people wonder, like, what happened? What's going on? Why is my hair falling out? If you mistreat your hair, then your hair will soon leave you, just like a relationship. So what you need to do is learn the dynamics. It's not just sit down and braid hair. There's different things to that. I had a young lady that came to me one time. I'm gonna share this story with you, and she wanted me to relax her hair. In the cosmetology world, we don't say perm; it's relax. White people they perm their hair. Okay, for those out there who are cosmetologists, in which I am. I'm a barber and a hair braiding instructor. So she came to me and she wanted me to relax her hair. And of course, you don't sit down, like I said, and just start braiding. There's so much more to it. There's a spiritual element in braiding. It's not just braiding. Our hair is a connection to the Most High. There's like antennas. That's why they curl up. They not. It's not nappy. It's curly. The curlier it is, some people say the nappier it is. But that's what really. Kinky hair is. It's curly hair. Super super curlier. Curly curly curly. So anyway, she sat down. Getting back to the story, and I started to inspect her scalp, which I'm going to be teaching that as well to the youth. I hate to see them bored, so they need something to do. They need something to channel their energy to. I went to inspecting her hair, and you all know the terminology. We have to do the panels, the 4 panels. Went to inspecting it.
No. Forgive us. All us don't know the term. Okay, for enlighten the panels.
Yes, the panels. There are 4 panels, and you have to divide. You have to divide those panels, and that's how you start out. Because you need to know what it is beneath that hair. So you have to dig in there and see what's going on. Because sometimes you have patches, you have disorder, you have maybe scalp is some conditions. You might even have. Well, this is what I discovered. Let me go back to the story. So when I was inspecting, she had about this size, maybe a silver dollar, a quarter, big size quarter, silver dollar, size patch that was nothing was there. It was just bald. And I said, hey, you got a patch back here. There's nothing there. It was smooth as a baby's bottom. And she said, no, I didn't know I had that. And she said, well, can you still just go ahead and do my hair? I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that because that'll fall back on me. And then she'll say I brought her hair out. So she said, okay, well, I know, I recognize it. I see it. Thank you for showing me. But I still want my hair perm. And of course, sometimes you need that money, but all money ain't good money. So I said, no, I can't. I have to refuse that service. You need to go see a doctor, have that checked out, see where is it coming from? Why? Sometimes it's medication. Sometimes it's your nerve. Sometimes it's so many different things. So I teach that. But most importantly, I also we do a journey. We travel from Africa, the motherland. We start at Egypt. So I'm not just teaching them how to braid hair, how to start locks. What about Afro art? I'm teaching them about the journey so that they can know the significance of this art. This is an art. This is special art, and it's ours. So we're going to journey from Africa. We starting in Egypt, and we're going to break that down and plant some seeds talking about braids and locks and how they started way back then from Egypt. And then we're going to journey on, go to Africa and come on down. And we're going to explore. What are we exploring? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to explore different continents of Africa because all of that entails hair braiding and locks. And while we're talking about it, we're going to tap into slavery and different things. So this is a way, it's a method and a technique of getting them through history. With a theme of hair braiding, locks, and Afro art. So that's what this is about. It's not just, oh, she's just doing some hair braiding. No, it's deeper than that. I've been exploring history and maybe 10 years now. I learned about myself and my culture and my people when I started seminary school.
Mm.
And that's sad to say. All we had was MLK, Rosa Parks, and Harriet Tubman. It was not a lot of history out there. And now they're talking about just erasing that thing, just erasing all of that, eliminating our history. But no, we have to find different techniques and methods to getting them, our children. That's our future. We have to get them and get their attention some kind of way. Find your theme and then start to plant that into your history. And that's what I do. That's what I do. So we're going to come on through Africa. I'm going to tell them about how the seeds were planted inside of the braids, how the parts, different parts were not just parts. These parts to the left, to the right, go around, circle here. All those designs that you see in these braids that you, when you walk down the street, when you go in the store and different things like that, those things meant something, and they still can today. It was telling them that those were maps. Those were maps. Go this way to freedom. Take a left here, turn right, go around. See, they meant something. They're not just what people say. Oh, they're just some braids. And then we still see it today from Egypt through Africa and now into the Americas. So that's what I want to take them on a journey so that they can know their history, but not just history. They need to know this stuff. We're not finna eliminate history. It's not finna happen. Not on my watch.
Wow.
So people, my people, find ways to still let these children know what's happening. Some people don't know. How do I start talking about history with my children? How do I do it? There are so many creative ways you can introduce them to history. So that's what they're going to know. They're going to know a lot about what went down. But of course, you have to be careful. I understand that. You have to be very, very careful. You got kindergarten, first grade. Yeah, you can give them a little basics, a little bit here and there, certain things. You have to be careful. I understand that. But those older children, they're out here wilding out because they don't know who they are. It's deeper than just on the surface. It's deeper than, okay, they downtown clowning. They out here breaking in cars and stuff like that. These kids are mad. They have nowhere to go. They can't even be kids anymore. They out in the street just wild. Just they don't know what to do with themselves. It's our jobs. It's our job to give them some things to do with their time. They have that energy just standing there stagnant, and they need something to do. So I'm playing my part, and I think that you should too.
Respect. Right on, right on. Yo, we live and direct here, Freedom on Radio and Intellectual Radio. I know y'all got some questions. Y'all feel free to call in. I think it's 708-223-8953. I know we got some. I'm on live on YouTube also at Chairman Fred Jr., Chairman Fred Jr. My brother, if you want to add anything, feel free to tap in with us. I'm gonna ask you a question too, though. Fremont. Intellectual Radio. Okay, yes. What show? This is Chairman Fred. How can we help? Hello. Got another show. I think we got two different shows called in. But still, y'all feel free to call in 708-223-8953. Which what's some of the like? What have you witnessed like when some people do like? Because that's something that people can see that may be elementary. That's anything with our people in particular. It's always trying to be simplified. That's just food. That's just martial arts. Just I tell you, you can look at capoeira that's in Brazil. The art form to it. You get the significance of food. Not just in Africa, the difference between the fufu and the banku. You know what I'm saying? And like people talking, they say when they you can tell a fufu is different than it's handmade as opposed to now the machine made. I'm proposing to both of y'all. What else like? And it also been said like the barber shop and the beauty shop. That's like our therapeutic session where we go sit down, we that's our
It
red
is.
that's our red that's our couch, our psychiatrist,
It is.
and what are some of the like experiences y'all had, seeing people that like how it just could just get in the chair, with the hair did. What are some of the good, bad, and different when people, came out with I was dealing with this, so on and so forth. What's some examples of that being our couch? If there,
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. That's a good question. Well, like I said before, I've been doing hair over 50 years. Um, but when they sit in that chair, especially if they're comfortable, they should be made to feel comfortable. Not somebody standing over their head talking about nothingness and doing too much and different things like that. You should set the tone. The atmosphere means a lot. And when they are comfortable, they'll start to tell you things. It is like coming to a psychiatrist. If you're doing it right and they are made to feel comfortable and you have that confidence about yourself when you start, they're going to know if you're professional or not. So they have told me things like, man, it's confidential. A lot of it is confidential.
Understood. Yeah.
But even the quietest clients sometimes have told some things where I'm like, after I'm done, I'm like, oh my God, wow, interesting. So they really confide in you,
Yeah.
and yeah. So in the summer, I feel like, I'm seeing in my vision, I see youth having something to do
Yeah.
and raising money,
Yeah.
because like now they say, well, you can't punch the clock until you're 16 or you're 17 or 18 or whatever. These 13, 14, and 15-year-olds, they're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready.
Yeah.
They need to have some money too.
Yeah.
And different things. They
Yeah.
like gym shoes and different things
Yeah.
like that. Some of their parents can't even afford it.
Yeah.
So now they can have their own little side hustle.
Yeah.
And I believe in that. I believe in creating entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They need to be young entrepreneurs. We need some of those. But I also advise them, don't sit down and do nothing to nobody's hair or head unless you have an adult right there, because they can get kind of lured into some other things.
Yeah.
So yeah, and definitely boys are also braiding now. And I've had some of my male students, um 6